The last human warship drifted through space, broken and burning. Its armor was cracked. Its engines were failing. This was not just a ship. It was the final hope of humanity. Around it, alien warships filled the dark sky. They were many. The human ship was alone. Inside the warship, Captain Ryland stood on the command deck. He looked at the damaged screens and silent stations. Most of the crew were gone. Those who remained were wounded, tired, but still standing. Humanity had fought for years. They lost world after world. Fleet after fleet was destroyed. Now, this ship was all that remained. The alien fleet sent one final message: surrender. Humanity is finished. The captain closed his eyes. He knew the truth. There was no escape, no victory, only one last choice. Prepare the final signal, he said calmly. The crew hesitated. They knew what it meant. This signal was old, forbidden, a message no one believed was real. As alien weapons charged, the human warship shook. Fire spread through the halls. Still, the signal was sent, a quiet pulse into deep space. The captain whispered, "We stood till the end." A moment later, the alien fleet opened fire. The last human warship exploded in a bright flash of light. To the aliens, the war was over. But far beyond their sight, in a dark and ancient place, something heard the signal, something that had been sleeping for a very long time. The alien fleet slowly moved away from the battlefield. The last human ship was gone. To them, the war had ended. Alien commanders celebrated their victory. They spoke of power and control. Humanity was weak, they said. Humanity was history. But one small thing disturbed them. Deep in their ships, strange alarms began to sound. Screens flickered. Long-range sensors showed something impossible. A signal was moving through space. It was not fast. It was not loud. But it was ancient, far beyond the known galaxy. The signal reached a dead star system. No planets moved there. No light shined. In the center of the darkness, something massive rested. Silent, still, forgotten. The signal touched it. Old systems activated for the first time in millions of years. Cold metal began to warm. Hidden lights turned blue. This was no normal machine. It was built before the current races existed, before wars, before empires. Ancient words appeared across its core. Humanity's status, endangered. The machine responded. Power flowed through its body. Space bent around it. Time itself seemed to slow. Back in the alien fleet, fear replaced pride. Weapons shut down without warning. Navigation systems failed. The commanders tried to escape. They could not. A single message appeared on every screen, in every language. Judgment has begun. The ancient machine moved. Stars dimmed as it woke fully. Its shape became clear. A superwarship larger than any known fleet. It turned toward the place where humanity had fallen. The galaxy did not know it yet, but the war was not over. The ancient superwarship moved through space without sound. It did not use engines like modern ships. Space itself opened a path for it. Its body was dark metal, marked with symbols no one remembered. Blue lights flowed across its surface like living veins. Every movement showed power beyond understanding. As it entered known space, stars around it dimmed. Gravity twisted. Sensors across the galaxy failed at the same time. Alien fleets stopped where they were. Weapons shut down. Shields collapsed. Commanders shouted orders. But nothing worked. Fear spread through every ship. This was not an enemy they could fight. The superwarship observed them. It did not feel anger. It did not feel joy. It remembered. Long ago, the ancients created rules for the galaxy. One rule was clear. No species that fought only to survive would be destroyed. Humanity had followed that rule. The superwarship reached the battlefield where the last human ship had fallen. Broken metal still floated in space. Silent, empty, the machine scanned the wreckage. It found the remains of human lives. Final actions. Final sacrifices. For the first time since its creation, the superwarship changed. Its lights burned brighter. Its weapons unlocked. Across the alien fleet, alarm screamed. Some ships tried to flee. Others froze in fear. A deep signal spread across space. Not a voice, but a truth. Humanity stood alone. Judgment is now active. Energy gathered at the front of the superwarship. Space cracked with light. The aliens realized their mistake. The humans were gone, but their war was about to be finished. Long before the alien empires were born, the ancients watched the galaxy. They did not rule it. They only observed. They saw many species rise. Some were strong. Some were smart. Most wanted power. Again and again, the same pattern appeared. When danger came, strong races abandoned the weak. They saved themselves and let others die. That was why the ancients vanished. Before leaving, they created watchers, silent machines that would sleep for ages. They would wake only if a rare rule was broken. Humanity broke no rule. Humanity proved one. The ancient superwarship searched its memory. It replayed human history. It saw humans standing together on burning worlds. It saw soldiers staying behind so others could escape. It saw captains choosing death instead of surrender. Humans were not the strongest. They were not the largest empire, but they fought only to protect. The ancients valued one thing above all. Those who fight only for themselves are unworthy. Those who fight for others must never be erased. The superwarship understood now. Humanity did not fall because they were weak. They fell because they refused to become monsters. Across space, alien fleets prepared to attack again. They believed the ancient ship was just another weapon. They were wrong. The superwarship was not here to conquer. It was here to correct the galaxy. Its systems shifted from observation to action. Ancient weapons aligned. Targets were selected. Not every species would be punished. Only those who destroyed what should have been protected. The superwarship sent one final silent signal. This galaxy has failed its test. The judgment was about to begin. The first attack came without warning. The ancient superwarship released a single beam of light. It did not explode. It did not burn. It erased. One alien fleet vanished from space in complete silence. Ships, weapons, and commanders were gone in a blink. No wreckage remained. Across the galaxy, sensors went dark. Messages stopped mid-sentence. Entire systems fell quiet. Fear spread faster than any ship could travel. Alien leaders rushed to ancient archives and hidden records. For the first time, they read the old warnings they had ignored. The ancients were real. Their rules were real, and humanity was protected. Some empires sent peace signals into space. Others begged. A few tried to hide behind shields and weapons. None of it mattered. The superwarship did not chase the innocent. It ignored those who never touched humanity. Its path was clear and exact. Every fleet that attacked human worlds was found. Every command center that ordered the war was destroyed. Soon, a single truth spread across the stars. Do not harm humans. Never again. The galaxy began to change. Borders fell. Weapons were shut down. Old enemies turned quiet. But the superwarship was not finished. It searched the ruins of a human war. Broken colonies. Empty ships. Silent worlds. At last, it detected something small. A weak signal. Human. An escape pod drifted alone, far from the battlefield. Life inside was fading, but still there. The superwarship altered its course. For the first time since awakening, it chose not to destroy. It chose to protect. The galaxy held its breath, because humanity was not gone, and their story was not over. The ancient superwarship reached the drifting escape pod. It was small, damaged, almost out of power. Inside, a single human life remained. The ship scanned the pod carefully. It found a child, unconscious but alive, the last known human. For a moment, the superwarship did nothing. Its creators never planned for this. They built it to judge, not to care. But humanity had changed the rules. The pod was pulled gently inside the massive ship. Ancient systems adjusted the air, the light, the warmth. The child's heartbeat slowly grew stronger. Across the galaxy, alien leaders watched in silence. They expected destruction. Instead, they saw mercy. The Superwarship sent a message, simple and clear: humanity survives. That message changed everything. The ship began rebuilding human knowledge from old records. Cities were planned. Worlds were selected, not for conquest, but for life. The ancient machine was no longer only a weapon. It became a guardian. Generations would pass. Humans would return to the stars. This time, they would not stand alone. Other species remembered the lesson. Power did not decide worth. Choice did. The child woke days later, standing before a window of stars. The Superwarship spoke softly for the first time. "You are not the end," it said. "You are the beginning." Far across the galaxy, fear faded into respect. Humanity's last warship had fallen, but humanity itself had risen, not through strength, not through fear, but because they stood for each other, until the very end. And the galaxy would never forget that.